So, testing. So, testing. All right, this is good. Looking good. All right. So, let's see if we can adjust this. Testing. So let's do some math here. What's the width? 16 is 27. And the y divided by 16 is 15. So let's do some math here. 16 is 27. Dang, I always forget this code. Hmm. How did I do this? That's right. So we do 16 plus loop index x times 16. I think that's what it was. Right. And so if we run that, hopefully what will happen is that this whole thing will be filled with blocks. And that kind of worked. Kind of. Hmm. Oh, why is it starting there? Yeah, I fly around here. Um, you know, whenever you do something a ton of times in the past, but then you forget how to do it later on because you haven't done it in a while, that's where I'm at right now. I have projects with this code, exactly what I want. I can just copy and paste it. Uh, why isn't this working? I mean, it kind of is working, but see, why? I wonder. Yeah, see, it's not. They're definitely being spawned. They're just not being placed correctly. Oh, well, yeah, no, 0. Let's go. Let's do this. 0, 0, 15. Okay, solve that problem. Ooh, it's laggy. Alright. Why? Oh, stupid. So dumb. Alright, let's try that. Ooh, awesome. Okay, that's a good sign, actually. Alright, so what we're going to do, what I need to do is test it. Let's do this. I need to take one of these walls, bring it over here. Boom. There's these walls. Goodbye. Alright, because that's not your purpose anymore. So you're going to go here. And we'll bring our opacity down to 25. Now I'm going to see what happens. Okay, that is what we wanted. And that's really laggy too. Oh dang, it'll close out. Okay. So let's see what's happening here. Oh wait. 3D rooms. Hold on. I messed up here. What? Why are there 400? The walls I want, why are there 454 rooms? That's wild. Where are they coming from? Alright, hold up. Oh, it's just okay. I see what it's doing. Alright. Okay. Those are still too many rooms, because that's not even that's a problem. So that is a problem. 405. No. 405. Let's see if we can figure this out here. No, that's correct. What I don't like is just how um the optimization of it is all horrible. So it's the old one. So let's do this. Let's event when floor wall Don't know why it's acting like that. Maybe the floor needs to come in more. Hmm. Um, I'm actually making this wrong because I should be using a mix of 2D and 3D, but this should work though. I don't know why it's acting like it's overlapping when it's not. So that's the boundary. Um, what if we reverse it? Here we go with if shape wall, overlapping, shape floor. Ugh. No. Huh. It's clearly acting like it's overlapping. So I think it might make sense. So let's do, actually, let's do this. Or those are 16 by 16. I bet if we did like 15.8. Yeah, okay. So the boundaries don't matter. Really? You gonna do me like that? Oh, I'd rather the floors be smaller. Let's do 15, 15.5. Still don't like that. So let's see what happens to do these 16. Alright, so you can't do it that way. Alrighty, which is fine. Just gonna redo it. So let's do, I'll make this 16 again. I'll do here, here. testing purposes. As well. Okay. Actually, let's do this. Review. Go over here now. Bam. 16. Okay, so now what I need to do is I need to create sprites here. So let's do sprite 16. This color left. $2D floor. Just another sprite. There's a fly in here. 16. 16. Left. We'll make you blue. 2D wall. Right. And then what we'll do here is when. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to child this 2D sprite to 3D. That way it'll read the 2D boundaries instead of 3D boundaries. Yeah. And basically a 3D object will spawn on top of the 2D one. That's what I'm hoping will happen. So, you should be able to see that right now. Yeah, see all blue. So that's my wall tile. So I'm going to spawn in these wall tiles first. And then when you start building level, it'll remove whatever the wall automatically in build mode. That's what I'm thinking about. So, but what we got to do now is we got to go back over here, do this, and we need to add container, 3D shaped wall. That way they'll spawn together. That's basically what that means. But we need to tell it what to do still. So we gotta go 2D wall. All right, so here 2D wall created. 2D wall, add child, 3D shape wall, X, Y, Z, width and height. Yeah, actually angle true. Yeah, and we can also destroy parent. Bam. Okay. Set that right here. All right. So what happens when this 2D wall spawns? The 3D wall spawns. So all we should see is black. Yeah. All right. And so now what I need to do is I need to come over here, go to my floors, go over to objects, 2D wall floor, and we'll place some of these here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Boom. All right. So what I want to happen here is when 2D wall, it's overlapping, 2D floor, have 2D wall, destroy. Okay. Alright, so that's working correctly, but not correct enough. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do what I was doing originally. Two, two, two. So now these should work better. There we go. Alright, cool, we have a floor. Now, do the same thing where I go over here, I take our 2D floor, create a container for the 3D shape floor, and that means that says, hey, spawn these two together. And then over here, what I can do is copy paste it, replace objects. So 2D wall, we're going to replace with 2D floor, replace object, 3D shape wall, 3D shape floor. Right? And so this 16 by 16, this stays 16 by 16. And I get my floor textures. So yeah, awesome. So now my walls will be automatically created when building this level. So I bet I can put in, yeah, there we go, boom, boom. There you go. Okay, that's what that means. All right, so I had a wall thing here, but we don't need this one anymore. We just mostly need the floor tile. And I don't even think we needed to destroy. Though I do kind of want it to. Um, yeah, I think it should be able to build and destroy a wall as it happens. Yeah, let's figure that out. Okay. So I click. I'm gonna kill this fly. Where are you, fly? All right. So destroy. Then we can have system. Oh, no. What we'll do is. Yeah. Hmm. 2D for spawn the actual 2D wall. Layer walls at image point 0. I wonder if that'll do anything. It technically is working. I think that is technically working. Alright, let's go back here. Oh, okay, it's not broken. Alright. Oh, I'm dumb. I'm not even setting it to do anything here. So we do here. Okay. Okay. That's interesting. Alright, let's move some of these extras. Yeah, I don't think you're doing anything. Let's test that out though. No, you were doing something. Okay. Ah, damn. Oh, it's not even showing on the screen. That's stupid. Well, my stream's behind. Sorry about that, chat. Okay. So save. Now what I need to do is I have this cursor that follows the mouse. And so what I needed to do, I want to set the Z factor on it. So it's at 4. Show default over here. So it's at 4 default. So when we'll do this, when cursor XY overlapping another object, 2d4 cursor XY, set Z to 4. Right, this would be the easiest way to do it. Wall. So I think it's 16 tall. So 16, 20, 420, 20. Got a little scientist there. All right, that's working. I closed out the chat window, so I don't know if anybody's talking to me or not. Probably not. Be surprised if people were. Um, no, no, go away. I have to figure out something else. Okay, away. Sorry, I'm still new to YouTube Live. You know, it might help if I promote this stuff, huh? Let's go over to Blue Sky. Flashback. It's very important to game dev. Killing that fly. There he is, all the way over there. All right, back to it. All right, so we have floors, and so let's do a shape room, 30 shape room, wall, floor, and so I need to do this is right. And this will be 16 by 60. And you want the orange to be right in the middle. And the color of this one can be red. Oh, no, wrong size. We need to do 32 by 32 red. First in the middle. Alright, and then this one could be 2D room. Same thing, container, shape room, then sheet. Okay, so this is what I was saying about earlier today is I need to spawn these things and be able to, well, at least this room, I need to be able to rotate the room because there's a door on it. So, yeah, that was the angle. So for this one, for two, how are we going to do this? So we need to click it, we need to create, it needs to appear, and then it needs to confirm. placement. So to appear and confirm placement. So that means we need like at least, I bet we could probably have things spawn where it needs to go. Okay, well, all right, let's do this. So I have walls, but I also have a grid. And so I need to go into build mode. So let's do boolean. Let's do number. We'll do mode. All right, 0 is normal mode. 0 equals default. 1 equals build. And I'm doing this because I might, instead of a boolean, I'm doing this way because I think I might want to make the game where you can visit your site. So like you go first person and walk around. So yeah, default is this kind of an overview. 1 is build where you can see the grid and place things, and then yeah, okay, so we'll do that. So with mode, all right, yeah, mode. Let's get some of this bull. Goodbye, weakest link. All right, let's create some organization here on 3D controls, so you guys can live. So I get to a place where I need to change you. Right, so mode, compare variable mode equals 0, have walls. We'll do this, we'll do trigger once wall, true, go back. So true layer visible, set layer visible, walls visible. Okay. On mode 1, what we'll do is we'll have this automatically go invisible. So this we should be able to see our screen. And I'm going to do something where I add a button. Let's go over to HUD. That's my thing here, but let's I want to make a HUD real fast. So let's do something fun. Nine patch, classic 9 patch. Set you up here. So one of these bad boys like that. 24. I find 24 by 24 to be the best. And then, so we need to do something like this. And use it as a dark one. That's looking classic. Stretch, tile. And this one of those things I don't understand about the settings of this, but I bet if I use 8, it'll work. Yeah. 8 always, I don't know why that is. This is one of those things. Okay, so this should, I feel like this should go across all the way. You know what? Kind of makes me mad. I should have done this earlier. This thing needs to extend this layout. So let's do 28, 4, 432. There it is. Okay. Yeah, okay. Let's see if this works. 432 and ooh. Alright, let's find out. Alright, it's not showing up. I know why it's not showing up. Because this thing needs to be. I need a crap family here. Well, this thing particularly needs to be. Anchored. Top left. There it is. Okay. A little bit thick. Let's bring it down. But it's looking classic. I don't know. I kind of want to go for that sim life, sim city, feel. That classic things up here, and then maybe things down here. This is actually too small, though. So I bet we could do, or no, it's too big. We could do 8, right? And then you can click that, build, file, build, right? Or this will have some information. Almost like too small now. Let's do 10. 12. The answer is 12. All right. 12 it is. Yeah, that's looking correct, I think. Boom, boom, boom. That's that first hub. I want to create a sub layer. Building. Build mode. Right. And build mode will also have one of these bad boys. So you can go over to build mode. Bam. And we'll do it build mode. I'll figure this out here in a minute. Do one of these. Do one of these. All right, and I could probably make these little symbols here. You know what I mean? Float this around. Let's get this test drive. There we go. Something like that. And then you click on it and go in that mode, build mode. So in the meantime, it might be just easier to have it be 16 by 16 over here in the corner and have those little buttons like that. That's my dev things. You know what's going on. Yeah, probably be easier because then we can just click over here. All right, and that's the first thing we're going to do, going to create here. So I need a sprite. Put it right here. And we'll set it to 16. 16. Here. Top corner. Left. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to make it this color. Remove some of the edges here and bring it down to 14 by 14. And I'll take this. Do the same thing. So I'm thinking about just how the buttons would be normally. Should probably be more something like that. Kind of capture that feel, but this is fine for now. So we'll do that. And this animation is going to be off. And I feel like we should do build mode, which will be something like this. because the grid, and you'll see why in a minute. This is actually kind of a fun part, trying to figure out what these symbols, old school symbols, should be. Like what is a build mode? A hammer? I think of a hammer. No, 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 no. I think, yeah, no, I think just having maybe just showing the grid, because I'll probably have the game start off in build mode, and the player will be able to get familiar with like the symbolism of the game there. Let's go back here and get rid of these two. This is the hard part. It's great. It's only for me right now. Okay, off, and we duplicate it, and then this is where we add just a little bit. Let's see here. But that's what I want to do, actually. Off, and punch it in. Boom. Punch in. But we need to do better because I don't think people will fully understand what's happening to them right now. So we'll do this as well. Bam. Actually, we'll do this. Now I know it's turned on. Okay. Make sure you're showing up there. You're not. This is one of those frustrating things about this. But will this work? 0, 0, 0. Just love to be able just to be on the screen. It's not. For some reason, remembering this not being a problem, setting this to 2D and then letting it do its own thing. So probably make it easier. Family, add family. Buttons, or actually menu, and then we'll family. I'm probably going to regret what I'm about to do here with that. But it's there. No, it's got a better idea. Just do this like this. Okay. So we'll give you, what was this one is, okay. Set to all animations. Okay. Now let's go over here. We'll do mouse. Click the object. This up on sprite. Let's fix that. Right. Button. Build mode. Build mode. What we'll do is we'll have mode toggle. Toggle is on. Hmm. There we go. Build mode. Boom, boom. I just need to fix this part. All right. Boom. Copy. Paste. All right. So this is the fun thing I love about um, video games or making stuff, because every little action you take creates a bug that you gotta fix. So see, now I have to accommodate the Z factor here for the mode. So probably one way to do it. So come over here, mode is equal to 0. Do that. If mode is equal to 1, do that. Don't know if, see, the thing is, I don't always know if that's the appropriate fix. So, but yeah, see floor, see floor wall on all floor. Okay, so we have our mode. So now that we're in the mode, we need to figure out how to cycle through between a and floor and a whatever. So zero orders to the top. Dang. I was gonna say probably easier to do that, but yeah, you go to HUD now. All right, so you go there, there, and build mode. Bam, do like that. All right, so build mode. Oh, dang, clicked on everything. Okay, so we turn it on. This menu should pop up. So what we'll do. I'm not a big fan of this, so let's just move this whole thing up like that. 1, 2. There you go. So we'll make you invisible. All right. All right. Build mode. Or yeah. Build mode. Set visible. I'll set it invisible. All right. Clean, clean, clean. Bam. Bam. All right. And this is where I guess we can put floor, wall, well, no walls, rooms, types of rooms, maybe. No, I think this is probably good enough just to basic. Wonder how we do this. Well, I think the floor one's easy because it's just little because that doesn't need to rotate. It's just the same order. It's the buildings, the rooms themselves that will need to be rotated. So the classic way would probably, I mean, Roller Coaster Tycoon opened up a second window, and then it allows you to kind of just mess with it. So I'm wondering if we could. Just have like widen the window and then have like an arrow or something like at the bottom. Like extend this arrow left, arrow right for turning, and then like block 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know, or have a second one. Well, in the time being, let's do this. Sprite. Boom. 32, 32. And then I think I have something for this. I think it can be just all black. And we'll set it to metal. It's for testing. Okay. Yeah. I have a folder I can open up. You know what would be helpful is if my test manager here. No, Actually, I need to check that test, man. What's... Oh, it ain't so bad. Okay, that's good. Oh, no, task. No, not block task bar. Yeah, task bar settings. And then I need to show multiple. There you go. All right, so now I can have you full screened. And then I have my menus over here. Alrighty. Good teamwork. Alright, so what I was going to do for this is I have a project available for this game. I was working on assets already, such as this floor tile right here. Right? And what I can do now is I can come over here and do one of these, copy, paste. You know what I'm saying? See what's going on? Over here and be like, padow. And I think I should make these ones since I was one. And I don't like that at all. It's not awful, but it's kind of lame. Boom, 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 boom. This switches out. There you go. It's kind of more even. There you go. Even Stevens. Let's see. There you can go away. So let's see what this looks like. All right. Okay, so what we really need to do though here is I need to shrink this down quite a bit. So stupid me. Let's do it like this. Let's go back here. There you go. Okay. Okay. So if it's 32 or 32, what I really need to be at is like right here. better. For right, and then we'll have to copy this one. So off, off, duplicate on. On's pretty simple. Set that down. Bam. Maybe we don't really need it. Maybe we just need to click it and then have our room appear. So, but what we'll do is we'll do button 4. Is that even showing up? Hold on. Yeah, see, it's not going to show up yet. All right. Clone. It's going to not be for button room. Man, there's so much to figure out because it's got to be different types of room as well. But at least here we can start here. All right, so for this, what I'm going to do is bring this up a little bit more. Back. Um, There we go. Boom. Room. And even then I messed up. Alright, let's move this down a little bit here. One. There we go. Centered. Alright, so I think what I want to accomplish right now is I want to click between those two and have a preview object show that follows the mouse. So how do I do that? I wonder if I could. I wonder if I could. Well, at least I need it for the room. No, I need it for the floor too. So I wonder if I could just have it spawn. I need to have it. I need to have something spawn on top of it. So I wonder if I could. Two ways I can think about here. All right, so I could just have a sample object just appears on top, and then when I find the place, it just creates the object where I intend it to be, or I can have that object be the sample object is the thing that's getting placed. So it kind of works for that'll work for rooms, but with floors, I don't know if that would necessarily work. No, it would work. I could just have it boop 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 boop, because reasons. So instead, so let's go back to families, walls. That is for 3D rooms. Lighting, so we'll change that. Lighting. Right, that's a particular kind of family. But this one is room. Oh, no, 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 no. So we do here. 2D, 2D room, 2D placement. Okay, and from here we'll give these variables, which will be well, I bet I could base it on mode. No, we'll have it be a check or something. So we'll have it only on. We'll have it is placed. Bam. Okay. Ooh, I don't know if I like this idea. Because we have to, all right, so I have to click the mode and then it'll create. Okay, build mode. All right, well. I've got to go to the bathroom. That's what I know. So let me go over to OBS. Can we pause the stream? No, we can't pause the stream. All right, so I'm going to mute this. Okay. Alrighty. What was I trying to figure out? How to place the wall? Uh, I think a sample. I think saving would probably be appropriate. Um, Dude, I just think spawning in having a sample piece and spawning it in the thing would be fine. But still need to switch between modes, so let's do mode and then build object type. So 0 floor, 1 will equal room. Okay. Alright, I think what we could do is on mouse, object click, floor, set 0, and then this one, room, set it to 1. Alright, and then let's test that out. Boom. Okay, that's working correctly. Screw this bull crap. Okay, yeah, then we have the 2D floor, child. We have the cursor, child, 2D floor. So what happens? This is gonna be weird. So that worked, but why did it send it so low? I don't like this. Don't know if this will matter or not, but basically don't want it to do it if it's hanging over the thing. But I guess it doesn't really matter. I know it. No, no. This might be the simplest way to do it. I don't know if it would be the most appropriate way to do it, but bam. Remove show, second floor, the second floor, set value, set boolean, displace true. Right, boom. Mouse, server object. So that's not happening. That should prevent that weird thing happening over here. Boom, boom. Funny. Okay, I know why that did that, because none of these floors in place. Alright, there you go. That's what that is. Alright, so event sheet. Okay, mode 1, 2, so what we can do is here trigger once. Once, create object, 2D room, on room, that child, boom. Do the exact same thing, and on click, remove, place object with 2D room, and these here, place object with 2D room with, there you go. Let's give this a test drive. Ooh, right click to rotate. That's how lazy I'm going to be. Okay, so property, and then we're going to go mouse on click, right click, have room, set angle to self dot angle plus 90. This should have it be turning. Boom, boom. Heck yeah. Okay. Oh, dang. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Let me open that back up. We do is pick by comparison 2D room where 2D dot what's it called? Is placed is equal to 0. That's there we go. There we go. Build mode, bam. So place you. There we go. Stupid. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Build some walls. See how this stuff's going. And then take it out of build mode and look at oh that's crazy. That is crazy. Okay. Bugs, more bugs. Alright, so mode. Okay. Something else I need to figure out here is how the actual cursor is moving around here. So right now I have it set to every 16 by 16. But since now we have modes, like mode 1 and mode 2, what I can do is I can go here, like that. So mode 0 should work like that, boom. But then we go here, it won't work. Alright, so we're going to do mode 1. Alright, mode 1, 0. Alright, and I can organize this too, because like all this stuff right here, 0. Alright, mode 1. Mode 0. Go back here to this stuff now. Better organize. It's 32 by 32. That way, this thing will move a little bit better. 16. Yeah, there we go. I'm not sure if I like that. But probably the better way to do it is just to have it maybe like cancel out. But it's not really detecting. I gotta figure out how to get it to detect this overlay. Like, see if I can prevent that from happening. Let's see if this will prevent me from putting down a room. Yeah, technically it's working. Technically it's working. Okay, that actually worked, but it's not working the right way. So we need to actually do this and go normal. that go in the room. And is placed. Don't do anything. Alright, so place the room, place the room. Yeah. There we go. And I can probably do that for this guy as well. So we'll just replace object before else, and that will prevent extra stuff being created that doesn't need to be created. What are you building? This game in looks vaguely familiar. Ah, sorry, I just noticed. We typed this in. Construct 3. So this is gonna be a web-based game technically. Um, there's a flyer on there. I don't have the chat in front of me, directly in front of me. I have it on my phone here. It's the first time me doing this. It's live, so but yeah, Construct 3. It's a fun program. I've been using it since Construct 2. I think how long I've been using it? Like almost like 20 years now. It's crazy. Something like that. Maybe not that long. So yeah, I'm almost but you know, 10. Yeah, well okay. Getting there. Okay, let's see here. Um oh sorry, I need to recap. Okay. So I can move, I can spin, right? That's our I have a build mode, shows us our grid. We can place floors, they float. We place rooms. Oh, that's a problem there though. I can rotate them. Okay, so the XY thing won't work here. Using the cursor won't work. Okay, so but this system does work. So I bet if we replaced I bet if I replaced okay, let's try it here. Thank you, Mr. Bingus. No, I bet don't 2D room is over after this place. I bet that'll work. Right, so room. Yeah. That works. The only problem is the boundaries here. So it's good. Ooh, that's not working. Hmm. Let's explore this. So compare to valuable. So no, okay, so if Hey, I got a fly like floating around me. Hmm. I wonder. Let's go back here. So cursor XY. So I'm curious to know if I could just change the shape. So what I mean by that is just change the size of the cursor. All right, I'm gonna try that. Cursor set size. All right, so we do 32 by 32 because these are our build modes. 16 by 16. Oh, I'm in the wrong one. In the wrong place. Okay, so we have our cursor, build mode, boom. Ooh, okay. And that's right, because my building is set to 1, so that should be a fairly easy fix here. So, what I can do, I need to double check image points here. So I do, okay, I do have a center image point, and that's where I need to set it to. It's image point 1. So do here, go dot image point X 1, image point Y 1, and that should work. Get out of here, fly. There you go. Boom. There you go. So now you can't accidentally. Oh, there. Yeah, I think this will be cool when we get built out outer walls. Because be able to like go first person view. Alright, so now we need to have this go back to 16 by 16 though. In this mode. There you go. Let's test that out. Boom, boom, boom. Perfect. Okay, save that. Alright. So I need to pull up a different. Oh, removal. That's what we'll do next. Okay. So mode 0, mode 1, build type. So I think what I want to add here is a build. Where is it? Yeah, there it was. Okay, so I'm gonna do insert below build type to 99. Now this, what 99 means is delete. We're gonna put that in here. Remove 99 equals remove. Okay. Play rooms. Destroy. Okay. Oh, did I delete that one thing? Okay, that doesn't make any sense. Try. Is that all it was? Okay, we'll move that. Alright, we gotta make another button here.